Today we will show you how to design ethical, let me fix my chat real quick. Sorry about that. Today we will show you how to design ethical, aligned, and sustainable offers that feel irresistible to your ideal clients. Offers that you feel good about and that you can feel proud and confident to offer and sell to others. This is so big. I love talking about offers. I think it's so important. So I'm excited for today. And today's session is interactive. So throughout the presentation, I'll ask you some short questions. And when I do, you can type the answers in the chat. Short answers are perfect. One sentence is perfect. One word is perfect. Whatever you're comfortable with is fine. But because participation creates clarity. And if you're ready to engage and participate with us, type ready in the chat. Let's get this chat going. Christine, will you run the chat for me, please?
Absolutely. And let me just see where my people are still joining. This is amazing. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. See, Tijal is ready. Anybody else that's ready, type yes in the chat. Already. Something. Ready, ready, ready. We get.
Yeah, throw a ready in the chat, a thumbs up, anything. Some proof of life would be great.
That's
Awesome.
something else. We do not allow fake people like AI things in the chat or in the meeting. That's just a thing. And the same, please keep your questions for in the community. That's where they are. Of course, you can type anything you want if it's decent in the chat.
Awesome. Great. So let's get going. I see the chat's active. I love it. You guys are ready to go. So when selling feels heavy, it is mostly because your offer has one of these four issues. The outcome may be unclear to your prospect, and this creates confusion. Or the offer positioning may be weak, and this causes uncertainty. Maybe there are no systems to support it, which makes things feel fragmented. Or you tend to overcomplicate the ask or the selling pressure and um, or the selling process. And this creates unnecessary noise. We're trying to eliminate all that extra noise, right? There's already too much noise out there. An offer that feels specific to your prospect is clear in its wording and structure. It's priced correctly, and it removes pressure and ultimately sells. This is what we want. This is how you achieve the perfect alignment of message, media, market, and ultimately conversions. We all want conversions. This is exactly what we want, right? It's what we're here for. It's why we do what we do. So there's a really good book out there. It's a great read by Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen. It's called The Aladdin Factor, where the most common reason for an offer failure, a failure to sell, or reasons for a business going to go under is exemplified in this book. And there are many good examples on how to correct it. Christine, why don't you type the link in the chat for this book on Amazon? We can get the Amazon link in there. Of course, you can buy it anywhere you want, but for convenience, we can throw that link on there. That way you can get the book. You kind of have it bookmarked, right, if you click the link. And we also have a QR code that you can scan that will help you see what the book is and make it easy to get, like I said. And here it is, The Aladdin Factor. This is a great read, like I said, from the author of the famous Chicken Soup books, Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen. It's called The Aladdin Factor. And there's the picture right there. Looks good. So in this book, they tell stories about the simple truth that we cannot repeat often enough. And it's the main reason why even an interested person that you meet won't buy. And this happens all the time. Even a person that needs your service and product has the means and is willing to purchase, but they still don't buy, right? But before I tell you what it is, let me ask you what you think it is. What do you think is the reason? Why willing and able buyers don't buy. You guys have any ideas why that is? I know Christine knows. All right. Give you a little bit of time. They're confused about your offer. That's a good one. I like that. Boom. Christine cheated.
Don't ask AI, I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was close to the answer. And the main reason is that often we don't ask for the sale. We don't ask. And when you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no, right? We all get that. And that happens all the time. We don't even ask for it. So this slide is important. I'm excited to talk about offers. I think offers are so important. This really sets the foundation of everything you're doing. So what is an offer anyway? Here are the four types of any offer. A promised transformation, a structured pathway with defined support, and a clear outcome. So again, we need to define the transformation clearly and contrast services versus outcomes. This is big, so big. So here is the ethical offer framework. Any good offer consists of these 5 parts, and irresistible offers are even a bit more advanced, and we'll break that down a bit later. And of course, we do these with you in the Bloom programs. And that's how it's done, and that's how we create confidence through clarity. So here are the 5 parts. There is a clear outcome. Then there is one specific person you are talking to. It's so important. And the next step is the defined pathway that leads from the first meeting to the closed deal. And of course, we need to provide the proper support structure and the correct delivery system. So now it's time to practice. We love to practice in these events. You know, I think it's good. It's a good brain exercise. You'll also find these questions in the worksheet that come with the replay. And you know where you can find that, right? In the 5D Wellness Forum. That's where everything is. That's the place to be. Christine, why don't you give those who are not a member yet the link so they can join if they're not there? You want to be in the 5D Wellness community. So much there. So next, we'll talk about the avatar, your ideal client. There is an exercise, and you can find it in the worksheet manually, but of course, you can also book a clarity call with one of us, and we can help you create it with our ideal client app in the Easy AI system. If you're interested in this, type avatar in the chat, and we'll reach out to you in the next few days and help you out with that. It's pretty amazing if you're not aware of that. Here's what a clear, structured path looks like. In online business, that means you take your clients from getting to know you to liking you and eventually to working with you. So what makes an irresistible offer? Many people think that they just need to post more or better, but an irresistible offer is not louder. It is clear, it's safer, and more outcome focused. For wellness entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants, these are the core elements. So here's the anatomy of an irresistible offer broken down into parts. Let's attack this one by one. First, you need to show a precise desired transformation because irresistible offers promise a specific result. So it's not just improve your health, grow your business, but instead it's something like, if this is aligned and truthful, of course, you want to show a transformation like this, right? Boom, check that one out. You can't really go from old to young, we know that. But these are AI generated images, of course. But if your program delivers outcomes like lower your A1C naturally in 12 weeks, or lose 10 pounds in 90 days, or calm down and de-stress in less than 10 minutes naturally, it will help to make an offer irresistible.
Yeah,
It
you're
tells
right,
you,
Gary.
you
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just thinking about the instant calm formula. It's exactly that. It shows you how to calm down instantly, even in our stressful, confused time, right?
yeah, exactly. I remember that one. I think that's in the forum right now, right? I think it's the that's in there. Got a deal going with that too.
Yeah, it should be, but I'm not sure if I actually put it live, so I have to check it. But it will be in a few days, so check back in the forum.
Yeah, I love the instant calm forum. That's like I love that one, Christine. I haven't heard that one in a while. I'm glad you brought that to my attention again. So, as we said before, clarity reduces hesitation and specificity increases perceived value. Very important. So, let's go on to the second part of the irresistible offer anatomy. And just in case you wonder, Christine chose the name anatomy, right? It comes quite naturally to her. She's our resident physician, right? In the 5D wellness community.
Ah,
So the second part is urgent and relevant pain relief because an offer becomes irresistible when it solves a problem that the buyer feels now. If the problem is vague or distant, action is delayed. For example, if you say lose weight to live longer, it won't sell. People want to see the result. So if you do quick market research, most programs that lead with just feel better or look better or similar claims, they don't sell because an irresistible offer addresses costly frustrations, a time-sensitive opportunity, emotional or physical pain, stalled progress that you can help your prospects break through. The greater the perceived cost of staying stuck, the greater that cost is, the stronger the desire to move will be. For instance, something like lose 10 pounds in time for your wedding day. That, I mean,
that it. I remember my wedding day. It's a long time ago, over 30 days, but I wanted to fit in that dress, right? Anybody here fit in
exactly. That
that
hits
dress?
home, right? You feel that somebody that's in that situation, they're like, that's exactly what I want. I'm trying to lose this, stubborn weight right before I'm getting to get into this dress. We don't want all these alterations. We don't have time. Does anybody have a great idea of this? You could type it in the chat. That would be good. Lose 10 pounds in time for your wedding day. I love that one. That is good. I see Christine cracking up in the chat. That's okay. Moving on. So next, remember the image of the pathway. Oh, wait, I see something popping up in the chat. Did I go too fast? I'm sorry. You got the chat, Christine?
Yeah,
Good.
all
All right.
good.
Just
I
checking.
felt
You're
the
kind of
bright
quiet over there.
resolve family conflict, so she was able to have her father walk her down the aisle and avoid a family feud. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of interesting stories around those times, right? Weddings and stuff. All right, so let's get back to it. So next, do you remember the image of the pathway we just showed, that nice, clear pathway? We need to show them that there is a clear, structured pathway to their desired outcome. This is what they want because people don't buy access. If I say to you, I'll give you access to our Bloom Mentor program or the Purpose to Profit program today, that probably doesn't feel like anything you want to buy right now, right? And that's natural because, like other people, we all have questions and we buy certainty. We need that. We need to know exactly what we're getting. And that is why truly irresistible offers show defined phases, clear milestones. I love that one. Visible progression and logical sequencing. Because a clear structure lowers perceived risk and builds trust. Type a one in the chat if this makes sense to you. Is this clicking with everybody? Let me know. One, see some ones. Awesome. Good,
Everyone's
good, good. Perfect, perfect. More ones. Okay, good, good, good.
you.
All making sense. I love it. So, of course, there's more. The next
Can you
step,
please repeat the access? Melanie, we don't have time for that right now, but there will be a replay and the worksheet in the community for you to access.
yeah, good point.
The
This
screen is
week is
just
actually
an image. Yeah,
pretty
of
heavy
course.
content wise. We have a lot to go over. So we're gonna try to keep moving. That's why I'm kind of feel like I'm rushing a little bit, but
And
I don't want
Gary,
to
we got a comment that the screen is just an image. This is on purpose to give you the impressions of the emotion that your clients will feel and to help break it up because we don't want a dry, boring presentation. We had enough of those. So this is an effort, and maybe we are not good at this, to improve the quality of presentations, at least ours.
yeah, give us any feedback because we want you guys to be engaged and fully present while you're here. So if it's if there's something we can do to make it more exciting for you, we're open to hear that for sure. So of course there's more. The next step that is part of the anatomy of an irresistible offer is that you need a perceived value. You may have heard of the 10x rule, and this is where it comes in, the 10x rule. The perceived value of your offer must be significantly higher than the asking price. This comes from listing all the features and benefits of your programs that you probably already deliver, often without placing a proper value on it. This happens all the time. We've done this, we've done this over and over. We've had this conversation so many times, right? Undervaluing what you offer, what you give, your work. We don't want to do that because value is not about adding more content. Instead, it's about increasing clarity, speed, and confidence. Now, here's the thing that helps, but still is optional. The famous risk reversal, or you might know it more better by money back guarantee, right? Statistically, this can increase offer acceptance by up to 30%. Did you hear that? 30%. That's huge. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? And most people never even use this. You don't see money back guarantee all the time. But if you're confident in what you're doing, I think that's great to put that in there because a 30% increase, I mean, that's just too big to pass up. So this is important because an irresistible offer reduces fear. Not your fear, but the buyer's fear. Because most of us entrepreneurs feel like, oh my gosh, what do I do if they want their money back? Right? What do you do? What are you going to do if they want your, we dread that. It scares us. And, but that makes them feel more secure. They're like, okay, these people are offering me something good, so good that they're willing to give me my money back if I don't feel like it's what I wanted. And that's important because I think we've all spent tons of money on programs where we didn't feel like we got what we paid for. And then you're just, out of luck. Hopefully you took something away from it that was positive and good. A lot of times it doesn't feel that way. So money back guarantee gives you that extra security. It's like a safety net for the buyer. And this is certainly one point that requires confidence, self-confidence, and confidence in your offer and your clients. So here are some examples that can reduce risk for you. Setting clear expectations, very important. clearly defined deliverables, a transparent scope, milestone checkpoints. I love milestone checkpoints, and conditional guarantees, when appropriate, of course. The buyer must feel safe to say yes. This is what we want. Next, let's talk about identity alignment, because the offer must feel aligned with who the buyer believes they are or want to become. A classic example is from the weight loss field. This is when the buyer feels fat, even if they're not really that overweight, and they want to look like the TV models, the celebrities, and they join a weight loss program. This happens all the time, right? Um, besides what we mentioned before, our clients buy integrity, alignment, sustainability, and stewardship. So important you have all that. So when your offer reinforces identity, the buyer resistance drops. That's what we want. Lower that resistance. The next part of the offer anatomy, in a way, you could call it the skeleton of any offer. The part that holds the other parts together is simplicity. We all crave simplicity. I know I do. I want things to be simple and efficient. I need them to be. That's the best way for me to operate and be most productive. Because complex offers create cognitive overload. I think we've all experienced that at one time or another, right? Cognitive overload. I know I have. It's easy when you're an entrepreneur. You got so much going on. You can feel overwhelmed by that. So here's the skeleton. And Christine did this one, our very own Bloom doctor, right?
That's
And
so
yes, we all
funny.
need something to hold us and hold us and our offer together. And we showed you the offer anatomy before. And the thing that makes it all stand upright before your buyers is simplicity. Because irresistible offers are easy to understand, easy to explain, easy to say yes to for the right buyer, of course. If it takes 5 minutes or longer to describe your offer, it will struggle to convert because clarity converts faster than complexity. Very important. And here is the irresistible or magnetic offer formula put together in one slide. I love this slide. It's gorgeous. An irresistible offer equals a clear result, a specific person, a structured path, a high perceived value, reduced risk, identity alignment, and simplicity. When all those align, selling feels clean and we actually enjoy it, right? You don't feel salesy. You feel good about what you're doing. You don't need any tricks, hacks, or manipulation. There are no pressure tactics, just a confident invitation. And that's what we call soulful selling. I'm actually writing my first book about this topic exactly. I've been working on it for some time, but I kind of had to shelve it for a while because we've been so busy. But that's a good thing. But I am still working on that book and I'm excited to bring that out. And it's close to my heart because we are also teaching book writing. Maybe you've been to some of our book writing events. Christine's an expert book writer. She has like 12, 13, 15 books by now. She's a best-selling author, all that stuff. And she knows what she's doing, and it's always great.
Oh,
So,
Gary, let me just interrupt that. If
go ahead.
anybody wants to get an invitation, a special invitation to the next online book writing event, probably in March on a Saturday, will be a full day event where we take people from idea to what do I say, from published ready manuscript. That's how we do it with, of course, our authors AI. And we usually have a special on for those that haven't bought it yet. And for those that have it, they already know how to do it, so they will be even more successful. It's amazing. Yes, we'll be happy to invite you. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, you're right, Christine. Those events always do really well. They're very popular. Everybody wants to tell their story, wants to write a book, and we need books for different things too, for lead magnets and to build authority. So it's a good thing. And join the free forum. That's where all the information will be about our book writing events too, in the 5D Wellness community. And you'll be first to hear about it there. And soulful selling is the lifeblood of any business. As we said before, if you never ask, your business will falter. So let's get a bit deeper. I think we still have time, right, Christine?
Oh yeah, you take the
Like
time.
halfway
If you go
there. Yeah.
over, well, it will be in the recording, right?
Right. Yeah. We go a little over. It could happen. Just a warning. So offers need to have a phased pathway and they build trust through structure. Very important there, structure. You know the saying, fences make good neighbors, right? Well, it's true in business too. So we need to choose the right container for your offer. Is it do it yourself? Is it group? Is it a hybrid? Or is it one-on-one? Now, our signature offer is one-on-one. We call it the Bloom Mentor program. Christine, how about you add the link to the chat? And as always, there's
Sure.
no obligation here. This is just mainly to show you how it can be done, right? And if you feel it might be right for you in this season, let us know and apply, and we can see what's possible. And if you're watching this later, you can join us now. Find the link around this video for the 5D Wellness community and the Bloom Mentor program as well. Now, we often emphasize the importance of proper structure. That means onboarding. That means clear milestones, automated follow-up, and predictable communication so your clients know that you will do as you say. Very important. I think it's so important to always follow through what you say you're going to do, right? That's the fastest way to lose credibility and trust if you don't do what you say you're going to do. So now it's time to design your core offer. And you can do this later again using the recording and the prompts in the worksheet if that works out better for you. But if you made an offer draft while listening to us, I would love to invite you to share it in the chat. We'd love to see it. And we can maybe help you tweak it and craft it in a way where it really lands.
Absolutely, but likely it's even better in the community. So feel free to just tag us and we'll give you feedback. That's use us in the community. That's what it's for. In the conversation, you can always tag us. It doesn't have to be private unless you want it to be private. But if you want everybody's feedback, there's a conversation chat, and there you can do all those things.
Yeah, I mean, the community is a great place to bounce ideas off of people and to interact with each other and help each other out, I think.
Hmm.
I love it.
Maybe I should do a regular weekly post. We can do that. It's automated to ask for, hey, what do you want feedback on this week? Would that make sense? If it does, type feedback in the chat and I'll do it. And
Yeah,
maybe
for
a
sure. And
video
let us
how
know
you
what you
set
need
up.
in the yeah, let us know what you need in the community that would make it, better for you so
Right.
everybody's in there and showing up.
My problem is I have lots of ideas, and sometimes they make sense and help people, and sometimes they overwhelm people. So it's a trade-off. So I have to be a little bit discerning, as Gary says. I love it. So
Yeah, balance is very important there. Got to have
and
that
at the
balance.
same time, Gary, what I'll do is I'll tape how we do that inside our business in a box, which is part of the Go High Level ecosystem. So those that have a Bloom system know exactly how they can do it too in the social planner. Mm.
Perfect.
Actually, we use our own apps to evaluate ideas. Maybe we should do that. And if you use ChatGPT, we also give you custom ChatGPT prompts because, of course, our program is nothing else but an easy to use ChatGPT with sorted custom GPTs that we created for you. So, of course, we are also experts in primitive LLMs. Well, it's no longer primitive, honestly. ChatGPT, it knows you better, and our system is not perfect either. So they all have their advantage. That enough. Gary, I talked
Yeah,
too
back
much.
to business. So let's talk about a big issue because even well-designed and well-meant offers can fail. It happens. But why is this? Why do many offers fail? And believe me, most do initially. And that's why our motto is never give up in life and in business. Right, Christine?
Absolutely. And that's exactly what got me out of depression and what keeps me going today, the daily sparkle.
The Daily Sparkle. Yes, I remember that. You have a YouTube channel for that, right?
Well, it's a show, it's a playlist on our main channel, and you do one on the path, and we put that all in that playlist. When you are hiking and
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about life and business, right? It's the same that I do when I walk a dog. It's a dog's business. Got me 1,600 views in a few hours. I never expected that.
Yeah, exactly. We have, if you're not following us on YouTube, check us out. We have a couple channels on YouTube and we do shows on there sometimes. And we do podcasting. We do a lot of training videos there. Definitely check that out. Christine, if you could put the link in the chat, I think that'd be helpful. People can click on it now and then they'll have it open in a tab and maybe they can go later and subscribe and check it out. We have some great playlists there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there for business growth and for strategy and marketing and everything you need to run your business. We put everything in YouTube. Uh, so I think the best place is our community, the 5D Wellness community. But that in conjunction with YouTube, I mean, you'll have everything covered, which is awesome. All right, so let's jump back in. So the truth is that without well-oiled systems and aligned sustainability, offers will fail. So what does this mean in detail? I'm going to talk about the 5 most common reasons for why many offers fail. So the first reason why offers fail is when the avatar is unclear. So if your offer sounds like, I help people with wellness, I work with entrepreneurs, or this is for anyone who wants more, it's not going to land. It's too vague. And here's why this fails is because being specific builds authority, while broad positioning actually dilutes trust. We don't want that. When you try to serve everyone, no one feels directly spoken to, and this will get nowhere. This gets you nowhere fast, pretty much. And here's the fix. How you make the offer specific to your avatar. You narrow your offer to a specific person in a specific season with a specific problem. Notice the theme there? Specificity. We want to be as specific as possible. That way, the person that we're talking to knows we're talking to them. This is your ideal client. And honestly, you define that, right? You determine who your avatar is. Offers fail due to an inconsistent or unclear ideal client profile. Because if you don't know who you want to have as a client, down to their last little habits and quirks, they will not recognize themselves in your offer. Right? You get that?
Mhm.
That makes sense? Think so? Yeah. Perfect. I see some head nodding. So there are a few ways how you can find your avatar, your ideal client. And if you need help with this, we can book a discounted offer build session where we use the tools in our Easy AI system to find your most aligned avatar and your perfect 3 offers to start with. for your specific niche. This is big. We used to do these all the time. We still do them, and they're very helpful. Totally worth the $50 investment there. You get a lot to take away with you. I mean, it really sets up your whole business for success, actually. This is what we use for our own businesses. Christine, why don't you add that link to the chat? Have you got that one in there already? You probably do. You're usually one step ahead of me or two
I already
many
did.
times.
And I just wanted to say, if you are a mentor client already at the mentor level, let us know, because this will be included for you at no extra cost. So let us know in the community chat, and we'll issue you a free coupon to get it for free. Mentors get courses for free. Mentor level get everything basically for free. That we can give you for free. You get it for free.
Yeah, good point, Steve. Thank you.
Just let us know. If you're mentor level, let us know. We have a
Right.
few, but we don't take more than 5 at a time anyway, because we can't handle all that done in the support, but we want to let you know that you will receive it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So the next reason why offers fail is when the outcome is vague. If your offer is too broad sounds like something like improve your health, grow your business, feel more aligned. This wording fails because people don't buy services. They buy a specific transformation, a service or product that fulfills their specific need in their season. That's offered by a provider or business that they know, like, and trust. We hear that a lot, and it holds true. And if the result isn't measurable or clearly defined, the brain registers uncertainty. And uncertainty reduces buying decisions. Definitely don't want that. So here is the fix for an offer that is too broad. You want to define a concrete before and after result with a time frame. And inside Bloom, we work with you to achieve this. The third common reason why offers fail is there is no structured pathway. Remember we talked about the clear pathway? The issue sounds something like this. We'll customize as we go, or there is an undefined session flow there. And there are no phases or milestones. We talked about milestones. I think milestones are important. You want to see that you're making progress. And why does this fail? It's because people don't buy access, they buy a plan. And a plan that feels like a structured pathway reduces perceived risk and increases confidence. Big, big, big. And the fix for this is to create 3 to 5 clear phases with milestones and progression. You got to show your client that they're making progress. And I think milestone checkpoints help them understand that they are making progress. And that's big, right? And you got to celebrate those milestones as well. Very important to celebrate the wins. The next issue is if the container is misaligned. So here are a few common mistakes that probably all of us have made and still make if we're struggling. We tend to underprice high touch one-on-one work. That's big. And I think, most of us do one-on-one work. Or we tend to overcomplicate a beginner offer. Or we offer unlimited access. Or we mix do it yourself with high support expectations. And this fails because burnout kills consistency and inconsistency kills momentum. And if the delivery model is unclear or unsustainable, the offer and the selling process becomes emotionally heavy. We all know what that feels like. And that's it's not good for your buyer to feel that heaviness. So here's the fix. Choose intentionally whether you offer your product or service as do it yourself or as a group program or a hybrid or one-on-one. And then set boundaries, pricing, and structure accordingly. Big one, big one. And here's the fifth common reason why your offer fails. When there is no offer ecosystem, this is the silent killer. Because even strong offers fail when there is no lead magnet to attract them to you. There is no nurture sequence to show them who you are and what you do, or no clear ascension path from free to paid, or no back-end automation to relieve your pressure. No consistent acquisition system to find people who may be interested in your offer. And these things will derail you every time. And let's talk about why this reason leads to why these reasons lead to offer failure. Because an isolated offer depends on constant hustle. I think we've all experienced that constant hustle, and that burns you out, right? You do not want that because sustainable businesses rely on systems. Systems are it's so big. You have to have structure, you have to have systems, you have to have strategy. All these things need to be in place before you can really scale your business. So let's talk about the fix for this issue. So you want to build an ecosystem that holds all aligned prospects that at some point may be interested in one of your offers, where they feel home with you, from lead to nurture to core offer to ascension to retention. That's how it flows. And as you've heard today, an irresistible offer will make your selling so much easier. If your clients have seen your offer on your website and like it, but have questions, your offer is probably aligned. And aligned offers create clean yeses. This is what we want, clean yeses. So in summary, here's why most offers fail. They fail because of one of these reasons. The transformation isn't clear, or the positioning isn't specific, or the structure isn't visible, or the container isn't sustainable, or the system isn't integrated. And here's the ideal client path, the proven path from lead magnet to repeat client. It goes lead magnet to nurture to core offer to ascension. And of course, all this can be automated ethically as well. That's important. We always talk about, doing things ethically. I think that's so important. We're here to provide service and stewardship in business, which I think is huge. We're trying to change that whole stigma that surrounds sales and marketing and business, because we can do things soulfully, soulful selling. Because without well-oiled systems and aligned sustainability, offers will fail. And we always say the most wellness entrepreneurs do not fail because they lack skill. On the contrary, right? Everybody here is highly skilled, right? And that's not the problem. It's all the systems and the structure that hold everything together, that container. And when those 5 elements align, selling feels clean and growth becomes predictable. Predictable growth, consistent income, these are what we're after. So let's talk about your next steps. And your next steps aren't posting more. It's not trying more platforms. And it's not trying more strategies. I think we covered all that. It is actually sharper clarity and maybe advanced support like what we provide in our Bloom programs. And if today helped you even slightly, as always, we would love to have you join us in the 5D Wellness Forum. And as you can see, there's a QR code here. You can take your phone out and scan that now and join the community if you're not already in there. You definitely want to join the community if you want to see the replays of these events and find the worksheets from these events. And we have other frameworks and templates in there too. And also all the support from everyone in the community, which is huge. Definitely want to take part in that. So here's the QR code again. We actually, I think I was moving so fast trying to get through it because I was kind of worried about taking too long. Last week we ran a little long. This week we had way more material to cover, but we were so efficient that we were actually done a little early. So we probably have some time to do some Q&A. What do you think, Christine? You want to take some questions?
Absolutely, and we are actually getting some, and it's amazing. And I put in, please feel free to ask us if you struggle with anything, because we are here for you in the community mainly. And thank you very much. Very helpful presentation. And I'm actually working on my brand plan, said somebody, for the year, and my next activity is to refine it. And it's absolutely on point and well timed. Glad I joined. Thank you for joining. We love to helping you. And a great presentation, says somebody else. And we work on this hard ourselves to try to package everything that we learned. I mean, I have 40 years of healthcare, 10 years online experience growing a coaching business. Gary has over 35 years experience in marketing and sales. And we both love people, right? And we love the creator of people that we believe is our God. And we try to do the best we can to package everything in a way that benefits our members. Thank you so much for being part of this, being members of the community. And as before, like the Aladdin Factor, I love that book so much, and Gary hasn't really read it in full yet, but he knows about it and he will. Because what I really like is the idea, just ask if you never ask. And before I read the book, I hesitated to ask. And that's exactly why I went and offered door-to-door selling, because I needed to learn asking, even if the answer is no, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. And I have not asked way too much. So again, if you feel ready to upgrade, there's the last ask of today. Please ask us to how to upgrade to a Bloom level if you're not into it yet. Ask us for anything you need, or you won't get it, right?
Right. Yeah. And I think that, that's so important because, everything we talked about today and everything we've been talking about in this Ascend series is teaching you how you can create clarity within your offer. And when you have everything in place that we've been talking about, by the time somebody connects with you on a one-on-one call, they already know that they want to work with you. And really, the reason for the call is to find out where they fit in your ecosystem, in your program. Like, for instance, if your program has multiple tiers or multiple points of entry, maybe you have a beginner phase where they enter for people that are just getting started out. Maybe they have a product and a service, but they haven't really offered it out in the public, haven't really brought in consistent clients. Maybe they have one or two here and there, so they know what they're offering works. They proved proof of concept. They got that, but they lack the structure. They lack the systems. They lack the strategy. So they're coming in maybe at the beginner level. or you have somebody that's already established and they're having clients paying for what they do, but it's not consistent. It's too spotty, one or two clients a month, and then maybe you go a stretch and you don't have any for a couple months, so you're kind of in that stage where you need to be able to pull everything together. And then there are people that have everything going. They have the structure, they have the systems, they have the strategy, but it still feels fragmented. The consistency isn't there. They need more support. They need the one-on-one support. They need mentoring to help them identify the bottlenecks in their system. Because you can have everything in place, but there's still a couple kinks in the hose that are blocking the flow of that pipeline. And that's where one-on-one mentoring comes in, because we can identify those bottlenecks and help you correct them. So all that was basically just to say that if your system is running smoothly and well oiled, as we say, the people already know before they even connect with you that they want to work with you. And then you're just finding the right fit. And I think that's huge. That eliminates all that friction we always talk about, right? You remove the friction, they're coming to you ready to buy. They're ready to work with you. Let's find the proper spot for them. Changes everything. All right. We
I
got
think
everything
we are
covered in the
ready
chat,
to,
Christine?
yeah, I think we are ready to wrap up. And please feel free to ask us anything and continue the conversation in the forum. And if you have any issues, there's a blue button. It says chat. You can tag me or Gary in the chat. We get a notification and we will answer you, because sometimes we are not perfect, by far not. And we are going this path with you. And that's why we call it the ascension spiral, because in our life, in business and in life, we are revisiting similar themes, but on a different level. And that's what life is all about. Sorry, I like to be a little bit, whatever you call it. I've been called inspirational or whatever you want to call it. That's me. I love you all, and very thank you so much for coming and giving us the opportunity to share what we learned. Thank you so much. It's lovely to see you all, and I can't wait to follow you when you do similar things, because that's the whole purpose, and you can do it because you are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.